Most people play WoW to stare at butts. For some, even bare butts. No, these bare butts. Me personally, I'm more of a boob man. But back in 2004, you probably played it for the gameplay you didn't want to change. I'm gonna change it. But alas, the classic servers were released for those who don't want to deal with one of life's constants. But what is it about classic? Well, today we're gonna find out by leveling from Tirisfal Glades all the way to Ragefire Chasm, a small dungeon for little babies. So gear up, you horde heroes and alliance sucking because we're about to go face first into a glass table of nostalgia. WoW is a fantasy RPG where you can be anyone you want, which is why I chose to be a serial abuser of unfettered power. Oh sure, warlocks use fear, rogues go invisible, and some priests kids. But mages just have that extra fucky quality. I start the game like a stereotypical player from 2006. Underground with pasty white skin and alone. Like, no one was around them. I'm sure they know people. Why is my name Girl? Because I already used woman and female. I emerged to find a man with something to exclaim, then walk down the road and find a questionable priest. Then I tried to improve my character with some intellect, but I have no money, so I guess the World of Warcraft is just like the real one. I then start what will become the loop of any mana-based class. Spam damage as enemy approaches, then wait for mana to replenish. If you do go you can always hit the enemy with your staff, but then all your friends will make fun of you and one of them will steal your gold. You asshole. After playing with nameplates on, I decided to turn them off as I found myself more engaged with what's actually happening on screen. Does this make me worse at WoW? Yes. You asshole. Having now made some copper, I was able to buy Arcane Intellect, which increases my total mana pool. And I like the pretty picture. I returned to the place where I slayed zombies, but this time I slayed skeletons, so it's different. I also leveled up and congratulated myself because no one was around, except for a priest named Zero Heals. Although I think it should have been Zero abusing children through a position of power, but that name's too long. I already checked. After completing some quests and gaining level 4, I find I can't buy either of my abilities, and it was really cool. I had to sell some stuff, and even then I could only afford one ability. I went with Frostbolt despite being a thirsty boy. I try out my new Frostbolt Fireball combo, which slows down my target, giving me time to burn my target. It also makes my hands look cool as hell. This video is not sponsored by any Fire and Ice products, but it could have been, and frankly, I'm pretty disappointed. I murder several spiders in an abandoned mine because this is a classic RPG. Then sell some stuff to gain access to a means of production, just like the real world. Then I pick up a quest that had me a bit confused. I was to lay Samuel Phipps's bones to rest near his beloved, but the quest says he roams northeast of here. What do you mean he roams? Isn't he just bones? Approaching the camp, I find that, yeah, he's still roaming. Who are you? So I slay him, then somehow loot his corpse from his corpse, then bury him in the graveyard. Whether Samuel and his beloved found each other in the afterlife remains to be seen. Next, I collect some red armbands from an imposing group of humans in the woods. And the fun part is that the first thing you do as a human in this game is cleanse your holy grounds of rat-looking creatures labeled vermin.
You guys are Nazis, man! You're freaking Nazis!
And if you think that joke was too much of a stretch, subscribe for more. My next quest sends me down the road to Brill, and without an add-on telling me where to go, I actually had to use the quest description and the road signs? Very quaint. On my way to Brill, I meet a man so overweight that his intestines have burst from his body. You're gonna die if you don't stop eating like that, my guy. Oh, he is dead. Then I see a priest and just choose not to give them my int buff. Oh, it's a lady. Well, hold on now. Training at the Gallows Inn Tavern, I get Fire Blast and rank 2 of Fireball. And the really cool thing is that I can keep rank 1 if I have low mana. I didn't because I'm a Fireball on MAGE, but you could. And that's pretty cool. Heading over to Soledon Farmsteads, I for real murder farmers so I can steal their pumpkins. Am I the bad guy? Returning to Apothecary Jim, he laces the pumpkin and tells me to violate Article 13 of the Geneva Convention relative to the treatment of prisoners of war. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Paragraph 4 states that POWs are not to be turned into ghouls. On my way out of Brill, I noticed the clock tower actually goes off on the hour. just like the real world. While hunting grave robbers, I meet a rogue, then ask him for a stamina buff. But rogues don't have stamina buffs, so obviously I'm mad at him for the inconvenience. Then later I found his corpse, and that's karma. I fight a bunch of mongrels the fair way, then I remembered I can just use the fence jumping technique to exploit the enemy's basic pathing. Classic is perfect. No way to improve it. Fighting some murlocs who make the least annoying sound, I just forgot I could die. This of course means I have to run all the way back to my body from the graveyard like Patrick Swayze. What's going on with that cover? I get overwhelmed again by murlocs and retreat to the edge of this beach where I'm pestered to join a guild called... Oh, I'm sorry, it's Shia LaBeouf. After rinsing and repeating with the murlocs and dying again, I take advantage of the graveyard's proximity to Brill so I can learn arcane missiles, polymorph, and an upgraded frostbolt. I return to take down Maggot Eye? Gross! And I have to sever his paw? Dude! Then I use a cool shortcut to Agamon Mills, which I am letting you use for free. I slay Nissa, Thurman, and Gregor Agamon, then pick up a quest in the form of a letter. It read, Dear Yvette,
Gregor is a weird name.
a while later, I get to level 10, unlocking my first talent point, which is a big deal. I could finally improve my character in a meaningful way. Then I filmed a hanged corpse, but have the decency to censor it. Not in reference to Logan Paul, I just really need this video to be playable in China. I return to Apothecary Jimbo, who has a special drink to be given to a different prisoner of war. What's it gonna turn this one into? I travel to the really cool underground city of Undercity. Here I speak to Ikashard, who wants me to bring him a book from where I just came from. So I hearth it back to Gallows End and run all the way to the island to grab the book, detouring to turn some people into sheep and then set them on fire.
Oh, hot, 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 hot.
I also obtained a cool dress, so now I don't look like a patchwork asshole. I return to Undercity, swim through the goo, and turn in the quest, and he wants me to return the book. And I'm like, listen, pal, I don't play WoW to run back and forth unnecessarily long distances, so if you think... Okay, turn the book. All right, grab a candle, kill a ghost, and return to Undercity. After that debacle, I jumped on what I thought was the Zeppelin to Durotar, but instead I ended up in...
Delaware. Hi. I'm in Delaware.
After getting on the right Zeppelin, I made my way to Orgrimmar, capital city of the mighty Horde, and hang out for classic chads. Here I communicated through Trade Chat, a place mostly for spammers and the occasional productive conversation. That's not true at all. After spamming my intentions to run RFC, I found a group, but we couldn't find a fifth, so we four-manned it with a squad of undead. Naturally, the tank did more damage than the damage per seconders. I turned on nameplates because I'm not that much of an asshole, and the priest kept pulling extra ads. We slowly whittled down the mobs while splitting focus for an uncomfortable amount of time, turning a quest to a dead guy that I guess can't be resurrected, then level up and a player congratulated me. It's a good day for Mitch. We CC a lock to take down the ads, but I got a little excited and fell into the lava. But it's okay because the priest used his power for good. Maybe I was wrong about priest. After all, he did stick around after our mage left us, and... He just attacked a polymorphed ad, I take it back. We continue whittling, which was much easier when the tank was still doing more damage than me. And I poly the final boss, which is a pretty cool thing you can do. Ah! Shoot him! Shoot him in the face! Despite the odds, we defeat the Invoker, thank each other, and then I find out, oh, I haven't done all the quests yet. Hey guys, wait! So what exactly makes Classic so compelling? It's walking everywhere while you're leveling. Quests made easier by nearby players. The lack of flying. It's the fact that you actually have to try at level 7 after becoming a
tiny little man. Very, very, very small, tiny man.
It's really what Classic does not do for me that I enjoy so much. Except for War Chief's Blessing, you can do that for me any day. Give me the convoluted class-specific quests on top of a mountain. Give me the 10-second cast times on my pets. Give me Cranial Fizz? I don't know about that. Give me players that thank nearby NPCs for things I did for them. Give me that stupidly small quest log. Give me calico cut pants. You gotta give. Give me time in a bottle.
If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with.
What's wrong? I just had this crazy dream that they didn't completely fuck up classic WoW. How would they do that?